Yeah, I just want to congratulate the entire club and the team. I felt like we were united in so many different ways, and I thought it was an absolutely dominant performance. So I think it's good to see it also on the score sheet. And I think if you look at how the game started, obviously we get that PK early, we miss it, but we still build that resilient piece, right? And we still grew into the game, and I thought second half we definitely took over. So yeah, really pleased.
Thank you for that. We'll take questions. We'll go with Annie over here. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
I know multiple of press conferences you have mentioned we want to make history. You made history today. This is the first time the Dash has won the first 2 opening games of the season. How do you feel about the squad and the efforts of trying to make history or making history right now?
Yeah, I think what you're seeing is kind of the fruit of the labor, right? A lot of hard work and toil has been done behind the scenes, starting off with recruitment, bringing the quality of players that we brought in, and also other players just stepping up. Kiki, someone like Kiki hasn't really played the 9 for us, and for her to come in and play the way she did, she was absolutely fantastic, and then, you can go through even our younger players, right? Kat, Linda, they're just taking another game in stride and just looking very, very exciting and dynamic in those areas. And then I think someone like, even Kate Harden, now part of our 5th rookie, right? Like getting minutes. So I think this is a place where if you're hungry and you want to grow and you want to develop, like this is the place to be. So really, really pleased on all those fronts.
And last question, for today. The team's attitude, I think despite the first half of maybe missing those chances, like you said, the penalty and maybe the free kick that was called for the foul, the team keep pushing, and they showed that. How is that a good thing to have right now, and how can you make it continuous moving forward?
Yeah, so we talk a lot about who we are. We have some core standards, whether it's how we communicate, how we play with intensity, how we empty the tank, and those are who we are. It's regardless of the score line. And so I think what you saw was that. You saw us just showing who we are, not doing something out of character, but actually fulfilling who we are and who we're meant to be. So I think in terms of that, I don't expect anything less from that unity, from that mentality to keep growing. So, yeah.
We'll go to Robert here in the front.
Robert Kelly, Textbook Publications. Coach, talked to Kiki a little earlier, and could you comment on the atmosphere and the total teamwork and camaraderie that's going on the field? It seems a lot better than it has in past years, and it's really standing out. Can I get your comments on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's I can say so many different things, but I will just say this: like what has been starting to build, you're starting to see a group that is really connected and really united, and everyone understands like what it takes to start on this team, what it takes to be in the 20, and you're seeing kind of the fruit of that. You're also seeing a group, I felt the group is leading themselves in an amazing way, which is a reflection of a lot of work we're doing behind the scenes. We brought someone in has been really exciting and helping our leaders grow, and so that's been huge for us. And so you're starting to see this group that takes more and more ownership of this team.
Going to the other side of it, you went 3-0 win, but where do you see what you need to improve on? Did you see any negatives or stuff they need to work on a little bit more in preparation for the next game?
Yeah, I thought we were a little hesitant on our press in the first half. I thought our distances were not right, and as we made those tweaks, we were far more on the front foot, and you saw it in the second half, there was no hesitation, we just went. So I think as we keep getting, like I said, we have a new group, but once we start understanding the pressing triggers more and more, I think you'll start seeing a lot more of those types of performances.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Eric. Fabrice, congratulations.
Thank you.
We've been saying that a lot, but obviously history last week with the away opener, this week with the home opener. 10,000 fans is a opener for home. 13 is the record, but history, as you said, we talked about it in Dallas, making history. Continue with. So last week away, this week home. How much difference was the game plan today? The press, was that involved a little bit more of it? And was Boston ready for your genius tactics today?
No. Well, obviously Boston play a little bit different than San Diego. San Diego obviously is a fantastic team. So is Boston in their own right. But San Diego posed different because of their shape and system, but also based off their personnel. So we pressed slightly different, but that was also in relation to Boston. But I think we also grew from last game, and hey, like, this is the game plan, this is the pressing trigger. If you have any questions, like, ask us. But that piece is, we kind of ironed those out. I still felt the first half wasn't as good as we wanted it to be, but then in the second half it kind of came to fruition. So.
And in your decision to start Kiki Van Zanten up there, you mentioned it already, but you had Clarissa Laris, you had Messiah Bright to choose from as well. What's your decision on starting Kiki? Obviously it worked out.
Yeah, I mean, I think how she's been training, I think Messiah was out for a little bit, and so we felt, probably wasn't the right move to start her right away, because obviously you got to play many minutes, and then, Clarissa was obviously in the conversation for sure. We felt with Kiki and how she was training, we wanted to give her a go, and so I'm really pleased, and she throughout her career, she's shown that she can score goals, and so that's something, even having coached her in Chicago, like, that was something, like, for her, like, she just consistently did at a high level. So we just rolled with it, and she seems a lot freer in that spot and more dynamic for us.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah.
Hi, Mio Shabani, VEDA Communications, VEDA World News. Okay, so you said earlier that you kind of did some shifting. What did you notice about the other team that made you kind of shift the approach as far as what you were doing?
You mean during the game or compared to the last opponent?
During.
Yeah. So our positions when we were pressing were too low in terms of one of our pressing players, and so they were kind of sitting back, and so we were letting players get on the ball, have space and time. So we just changed their position so that they're closer, so that they can actually go and press the ball. So it was just literally, we're talking about a 5-10 yard adjustment so that we can be on the front foot. So yeah, absolutely.
Good job.
Thank you.
Anything else before we wrap up here? I think we're good. Fabrice?
Awesome. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.